This is an original from the mid 1800s. It says open. So he was the original. He's the one that brought everybody here.
Yeah. He's like Joseph Smith.
Yeah. Built in 1847. Home of Pella's founder.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you
Well,
today?
We're doing fine.
that's a heavy door.
Maria's children who survived to, only the two sons grew to adulthood. Theodore died when she was 11 from scarlet fever. But Maria and Scholte had actually had 9 children.
Yeah.
All of them died except for those 3.
All of them died, but
Most of them when they were babies or 2 years old or so.
Awful.
And,
so 6 little babies died.
Yeah, 6 little babies, and Dora died when she was 11.
So the only 2 surviving
The
sons.
2 sons, yeah. And David married but never had any children. So Henry, the oldest son, is where the family line. Because if you look at it,
she was quite the artist.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you see what I see in it?
That's something. This is the sitting room, Steinway. There's another painting she did over there on the wall.
Don't want flash on them.
Yeah. Her mom.
The house has been undergoing a very extensive renovation over the last 2.5 years, and it just opened back up this spring. It's been closed.
Oh, wow.
The wiring was really old and very bad, and so that they went through
Like a
all that.
danger.
Yes, a danger, and they went through that and rewired the entire house. It's really nice now because it used to be you had to go through each room, turn on the lights when you came in, and then when you were done for the day, you had to go around and turn them all off everywhere. Now it's just switches in the other room in there, and
nice.
flip on the whole house. You know, it's wonderful.
Oh, boy. Life was short back then, wasn't it?
Now,
I mean,
this
with
is
all
his
the diseases.
first wife, Sarah, who died, and she had 5 children with him, and only 3 of the girls lived, and then Maria had 9, so he fathered 14 children. They're a minister, but he was the newspaper publisher, started the newspaper. He was their banker. He was a politician. He was their legal advisor. He was the land agent. I mean, he came here with a vision to start a town and managed all of that. He bought 18,000 acres of land for $1.25 an acre.
Wow.
Called the town.
Okay, then this picks up where the battery died on the other one.
Would you like some information about the library?
Sure.
That would be good.
The library is the one room in the house that still looks pretty much as it did when Scholte and Maria lived here. They've tried to keep this one, when they've done restorations over the years, wallpaper has changed everywhere. This one has the original ceiling paper that Maria ordered. They've tried to restore it as best they can, patched in places where it was all torn with reproduction. The wallpaper is the reproduction of what the original wallpaper looked like. So it is the same style and color and design and everything. They had that redone, but it was really in bad shape, so it really needed work. Scholte sold a lot of his books before he came here, but then brought a lot of books as well, and then he wrote a lot of books, so traffic. But yeah, that carpet's been on the floor
Since
for,
the 1850 or 1848?
yeah, over 160 years.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Pieces, right.
Yep.
And enough to buy 18,000 acres of land for $1.25 an acre. So this was my office when I was the director here. You know, they had plans for it later, but, you know, they're still in the process of doing the restorations, so, you know, they painted everything, but, you know, this is back and...
Nice creaky floors.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
This was our kitchen right in here. I don't think they plan on having a direct living room, if you can imagine that.
Oh my
Big, huge living room like this.
Yes. Did
So
the
now-
stove work, or you had a regular furnace?
Oh, there's a regular furnace and air conditioning, yeah. But that worked, it's a gas.
So now the ladies get here for cards every
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah, whatever they're planning here. Yeah, they're going to, you know, have, well, so. That cabin has the first wife and the daughters
Oh.
of Scholtes. In that case, there are pictures of them and their families. And the paintings in this area were all done by Leonora.
That's the
Their
daughter-in-law?
Daughter-in-law, married to Henry, the oldest son.
This was
It
like
gets
a...
confusing because then Leonora Goss Henniga was the granddaughter who lived in the great-granddaughter who lived in the house till 1987. And when they named them the same name, it gets really confusing.
Yeah.
So you can see the original floor here. There's a plexiglass piece showing you where the original floor is underneath.
Oh, yeah.
This was
Pretty rustic.
This was the carriage house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that they built on in 1853 and then later added the other story above.
So Sarah Maria is the second wife.
Yeah, she painted this too.
No. Sarah Marie Brandt was the first wife, and these are her daughters, Sarah Joanna and Sarah Maria.
Oh, they named their
And
daughters
all
both Sarah.
Sarahs, yes, and they went by their middle name. This one went by Joanna, this one went by Marie.
Oh,
And this one actually
okay.
went by Sarah. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I said, it gets confusing with the names being the same.
Yeah.
And there were several of them that were named Henrik and several. No Pete here.
Right.
So they discovered the fireplaces, you know,
Kind of small.
were worthless. So,
Decoration.
so that's why they ended up putting the potbelly stoves and things in because,
Ah.
and there's no heat in the upstairs originally.
And the pizza.
Through the doors. Yeah, aren't they
That's
beautiful?
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'll go all the way across and then come down the other stairway.
Nice stained glass.
She was quite the artist.
Yeah, these little tiny fireplaces did nothing much, did they?
No.
Didn't have peat to burn here.
Nice study. It was quite large. I mean, it was a nice home, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this desk. Is that really his? I bet it was. In the middle of the desk is a copy of a letter he wrote to Abraham Lincoln.
A copy. They wouldn't leave the original there.
No. Wow.
That he wore.
He wore it to the inauguration of President Lincoln. And Lincoln owned a nearly identical one.
And the cane was the gift from Abraham Lincoln.
Man. That is something.
He was a Republican.
Wooden pencil box. Is that? It's quite large. And a silk flag. Oh, look at that. It was carried by Scholte when he went south in 1864 to visit soldiers from Pella fighting in the Civil War. A land purchase.
Kind of hard to see this with this dim light in here. Drawing room.
Lake. unbelievable.
Yep. It's amazing. She was quite the artist. Look at that. Well, at least they got some lights on up here, eh?
Oh, she got back and all the dishes were broken when they got here. Oh, look at that. So the gardener said they'd make a pathway of china pieces from their log cabin to this new house. Wow. Wow, she sewed those for her kids. That is teeny tiny.
Yeah. Her signature on the date, 1857.
Wow.
So they had 3 daughters surviving the first wife, Sarah Brandt. Now Maria was his wife, his daughter, right?
No, Maria's the wife.
Was she remarried? Because this is Scholte Beard. 1820.
Their names are also
I think it was one of their daughters. Because she said, man, this is some nice stuff.
When did he pass away? Yeah. No.
Look at this Capita stuff. Candelabras.
That's silver.
Babe, look at these candelabras.
Yeah.
Just like the Capita stuff that we basically gave away. It was. I mean, the marble on the bottom and all this is, as well as a lot of the furniture looks pretty familiar. Look at this. This is her boudoir, whatever that means.
Dressing room, maybe?
Original bedrooms. Where she dressed, she could sew, write letters, care for her children, whatever.
Solid walnut.
Can I share any information about the upstairs? How you guys doing?
Well,
Well, we're doing okay. We're getting so confused. She must have remarried after he passed away. Do we have the right?
we noticed that her last name appears Beard. Is that a daughter?
No, she married again after
she
Scholte
did?
died. He died in 1868,
Okay.
and she married Robert Beard when she was 49, and Robert was 24.
Oh,
Huge age difference between them. In fact, he was
Wow.
two years younger than her oldest son.
Oh my goodness.
And of course, they never had any children, but she was actually married to him about as long as she was to Scholte, about 21, 22 years. And then she died, and then he stayed on and married again and continued to live in the house because she left him in the east.
Oh, that's the Robert Beard that lived on one half.
right.
And the
Mm-hmm.
son or somebody.
Oldest
lived
son
on the
Henry
other.
lived on this side, right? And yeah, and they were good friends. They both worked in the bank together. The
That's
school had
good.
started.
Everybody got along.
Yeah, and Robert.
Boy, that was odd for those days.
wait a minute now.
He
Say that
married- It's a
again.
wonderful
He
story.
married his own granddaughter?
No, he married Maria's step granddaughter because Scholte's oldest daughter Sarah married Keebles, Dr. Keebles, and her oldest daughter Kate was at the time was about 48 years old, and she was a teacher at Central College, taught Latin, and she was only 12 when Maria married Robert, so he thought of her as his granddaughter. She called him Grandpa.
Oh,
Only 12 years difference between them because he was 24, she was 12.
yeah.
And then later when she's in her 40s, he's in his 50s, they married.
Wow.
No real relation except
No, huh?
to platonic
Right.
granddaughter or
But she
grandfather.
thought of him as
Growing
her
up.
grandfather for, you know.
For a little while there.
Yeah. I have a safe
helps
trip
having
on
the
farther
explanation.
north as you go.
Thank you.
So,
Have a good week.
And right across from the park. Built in 1847. Historic Pella landmark, I guess so. Okay. Yep.
Who is this? Oh, the gardener. He's the one that put the china plate pieces down.
Yeah.
And they said people believed it was just a story, and then when they dug something up, they found
They
it.
found them, yeah. Look at this squirrel.
oh, that's okay. Parked over on the other side. The Historical Society now owns this building. Used to be a bank, and they closed. It was Wells Fargo, and they gave the property to the Historical Society.
nice.
At one time, Scholte's land went about 2 to 3 blocks farther to the north, and the garden on this side of the house, that was donated back to the Historical Society about 3 years ago. There used to be a Casey's over there.
Oh.
And that land originally was part of the grounds, and Leonora sold it off to pay the taxes one year. So there'd been a convenience store there for many, many years.
Wow.
And
Oh, how nice to get it back.
nice to get it back to society as well.
The red brick.
Yeah, and they rent that out.
Oh,
Pretty soon, you know, we're going to have all of our property back, which is really nice.
It is.
yeah.
I don't think we'll ever get the stuff to the north. I don't think those people are ever going to give us back those houses. But, yeah.
Boy, they're almost kind of hungry.
Yeah, they're tilling up the dirt. Tulips. Well, we could get Tiny Tim, if he was still living, to sing Tiptoe Through the Tulips again. And there's some pretty flowers.